Hey, my face is a little red and my eyes are watery. Sorry. This is my third go at trying to make a video, so I'm going to try to make it brief. I'm having asthma because all the smoke from my upstairs neighbors, they smoke cigarettes chronically, they smoke marijuana, and all of it comes through my vents. And I saw online, I was looking online, like advice on how to eliminate smoke from another apartment into your apartment, and it said to use painter's tape over the vents and close them. So that's what I've done, but there's still a lot of smoke coming through because they're chronic heavy smokers and just crazy. So it is what it is. So updates on stuff, and hopefully I won't be coughing my lungs out like I did in my prior attempts with trying to record a video. So updates. So the weird job where I was getting text messages from the human resource lady that was unorganized and everything, I sent her another text message telling her I was interested in the position and wanted to, still would like an interview. I prayed about it, got an email from her that I was not selected. So that's a door closed. And then I had a job interview over the phone last week, and the lady seemed okayish and told me about locations that were nearby my zip code that I could possibly work at. And although it's like a financing type of job, and I don't have an accounting degree or anything. I do not have a background in that, but I tried to convince her I'd be a good fit. And I think she liked me. I don't know. It wouldn't be great pay though, even though it is in finances. And I would be meeting a lot of people. It would not be working from home. So, I don't know. Not great pay though, but a job, and it would be full time, and it's okay-ish pay, especially for somebody who doesn't have a background in that field. So, supposed to hear back this week if I got it or not. The old, we're still interviewing, type of thing. So we'll see. And I think that a couple times I was a little intense because I'm so wanting to get a job really bad. So, but today I prayed. I got up at 8 a.m. I prayed really hard to God and had my coffee, which I don't recommend drinking coffee if you're already anxious. It'll make you more anxious, so don't do that. Don't be like me. So I am thinking about giving up coffee because of that. But anyway, I just cried out to God and I said, I'm really overwhelmed. Bills are starting to pile up. I need to get a job ASAP. I know you said 6 months. I've been trying to just have faith and just enjoy this time of relaxing and getting myself mentally, healed from all the damage from the other job. But I need a job. I need a job ASAP. So I prayed that, and then I got a call, and I have an interview on Thursday, and the company I applied at, several locations, the same position, and they seem really desperate. And she already told me to send my transcripts from grad school as well as all my information so that she could forward it on to HR after our interview for Thursday. She wants us on Wednesday, so it sounds like I've got that job in the bag, which the pay is pretty good, the benefits are outstanding. It's just I would be dealing with irate people, which I don't look forward to, and I would have to drive to that job every day, so would not be working from home. So something I need to get used to, but it would probably be good for me because I do stay home too much, so getting out would probably be a good thing for me. But yeah, so I've got to get used to that again. For the past over 5 years, with the exception of the temp job I had in Austin, I've worked from home. With Austin though, that job, I was at an office downtown, and there was a skeleton crew. There wasn't like a whole lot of people in the office, but I hated it. I really did. There was an older Hispanic guy that hit on me constantly, And then there was a guy that was my age that, well, he was a little bit older, but he wasn't as old as that Hispanic guy that hit on me all the time. But this guy, he was from Ohio, and he constantly was trying to convince me to date him and wanted to be friends with benefits. And I was like, I'm not that kind of girl, and I don't date coworkers. And he's like, I'm not a coworker, I work in a different department. I'm like, I don't care, man. You work in the same office as me. I don't want to date someone I work with. I don't do friends with benefits. You're not going to change my mind. You're not going to change who I am. So move along. I'll be your coworker friend. That is all you'll get out of me. And so, you know, ridiculous. So I would go into the story about him, but it's pretty boring. He was stupid. He was constantly complaining about this one chick that he was dating, that he was doing the friends with benefits thing that was Hispanic. And you know, I told him, what do you expect? You know, she probably put up with your shenanigans and probably put up with the friends with benefit thing because she probably thought she could change you and make you become a committed, you know, relationship, and probably had the intention of relationship even though she agreed to the friends with benefits thing. So, you know, that's probably why she's freaking out and lashing out at you. It's probably what's going on. And so he was complaining about it, and I'm like, women can't just detach like that. If they have sex, they get emotional and they attach, unless their boyfriend is alcohol, or their boyfriend is drugs, or if they already have a boyfriend and they're cheating, or if they're psycho. Those are the only ones you're going to find that are okay with friends with benefits. So if that's what you're wanting, those are the type of girls you have to go for, and they're going to be nuts, so enjoy. You're not going to find a woman that has it together and is, you know, working and has her life straight that is going to do friends with benefits. Women want their ducks in a row. They want to settle down. That's just, you know, a need, and it's normal. So, and my thing is too, you've got to have a spiritual element. I'm not dating a guy where there's not a spiritual connection. I'm not doing friends with benefits. The sex absolutely sucks with a guy that has no love and no spiritual connection, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't care about pleasing you. I'd rather be with a guy that you have a spiritual connection with, that cares about you, that has his life together, isn't mentally crazy, can commit, yada yada. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not going out of my way to date. And I haven't in quite a few years, so it is what it is. My Jewish mentor, I used to complain to her about it, and she would say, you should go to a widower support group. And I was like, what? Why? And she said, because you understand how death is, because you've been through so much death, and they understand that, and widowers have had relationships. So you would be dating a guy that's had a healthy relationship and is marriage material, unlike the guys that are your age right now that are not marriage material, that are divorced or have been hurt in some way and have all that baggage and can't commit and they're crazy. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. No. And then she was like, you should move to this one town by this one university and try to date a professor, because you need a guy that's intelligent and has it together. That I can understand, but I'm not going to move just to be in hopes of meeting a professor that has his life together. No. So neither one of her ideas worked out. She did give me one good advice out of all that was terrible advice. She gave me one good tip, and she said, if I can tell a guy's bad right off, get out quick. So my thing used to be, I would date guys that were bad and stay in the relationship, hoping that my gut feeling was wrong, hoping that the things I saw was wrong and that I misunderstood him. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe my gut is wrong. I need to give this guy more of a chance and see, you know, if I'm wrong, and see if it'll work out, because maybe I misunderstood him, yada yada. So I'd be hard on myself, and put up with a lot of crap from guys. So guys always think, and people always judge me and think, you probably have really high expectations and blah, blah, blah. Actually, I've lowered my expectations so much that it's not great. It's not healthy. So I've had to let go. Okay, you've got to have some boundaries and some expectations, because otherwise you're going to be left with this lot that I was dealing with. So now when I see that a guy is bad, rather than staying in it, rather than going, I'm wrong, my gut's wrong, the behavior patterns I see is wrong, I get out. I don't give him I don't like go into a long story. I just tell him, sorry, this isn't going to work out. And I dip. So, but I haven't done that in quite a few years. So it's been, let's see, when the last time I dated, it's been, a few years. And the personality type, all this talk about, personalities, like connecting, that really doesn't help either. I've dated such douchebags that were INFJs, ENTPs, ENFPs. So that's not a guarantee that a guy is going to be a great fit and a great, match for you because of personality. Because they can have a great personality but still be a douchebag and still be abusive and still be a jerk and not treat you right. And, so anyway, yeah, that's that. But yeah, so I'm hopeful about getting a job. I think that the one that I have interviewed for on Thursday, I think I have that in the bag. I think she liked my application and my resume, and I think I'm pretty much hired. I just have to go through the formality of a job interview, and she wants all my stuff sent before then so that she could just send it. So, but yeah, it would be good for me to get out and be around people, I guess, even though, I haven't done it in 5 years. It's hard to get used to being around people if you're used to staying home, not having to wear makeup, not having to dress up. So I have to get used to all that again. I have to get used to wearing makeup again and dressing up, which is, well, I'm willing to do it. I think it will be healthier than just staying home all the time. It's just kind of a pain also, but I don't know. I think it's better, probably better. I'm trying to look at the bright side. So we'll see. What else to update? But yeah, college, that's going good so far. I do have to fight quite a few classes, which I'm surprised about. So one of the requirements is for art. I took a drawing class. I took art in school because one of my majors was elementary education with a reading and art focus. I was going to be a reading and art teacher, and so I have a ton of English classes I took and a ton of classes related to that. I took a teaching music class. I took that, and I took a drawing class. My professor liked me so much in my sketchbook. She wrote, I hope to see you next semester in my oil painting class, which I wanted to take so bad, but I ran out of money. I didn't have I couldn't qualify for another student loan, and didn't have ability to access any more Pell Grants and stuff. So I had to graduate with the degree that I already had finished. So I graduated and was 2 semesters shy of finishing the elementary education degree, which sucks. So, but yeah, they want me to take an art class and a couple other classes that were already, that I already took, that I made good grades in college already. So I'm going to have to fight that. And then a couple of the other extra classes I'm going to have to CLEP and take tests to get out of, because I don't want to waste a whole lot of money and time. I just want to get through this. I am overwhelmed and scared about the math and the science parts, and talk to God about it, because the reality is, when my dad died as I was starting the 8th grade, I missed so much school. I did. I bounced around so many different relatives at first, then strangers, from starting the 8th grade through almost 10th grade, before I finally was in a final placement, which was more long-term, until I aged out of the system. So it was, and it was a group home. So it was really, really hard to get caught up on math. Somehow I made the science honor roll in the 8th grade, and before that I was in the honor roll all the time. I made A's, almost straight A's. I had some B's and stuff like that. My sister always straight A's. My older sister always straight A's. I'm amazed she never went to college. She was super smart, loved school, never missed a day. She was older than me, so she didn't have much more to finish when my dad died, but it still affected her. But for me, though, I miss so much with all the bouncing around. The only classes I could keep up with was history and English, because I could read all that and self-pace and finish stuff. But math and science, I struggled with, and I still struggle with it. So I prayed to God today, and I was like overwhelmed. I said, I'm gonna have to really get your help with this. And I went to a used bookstore and bought a ton of books in the subjects to study, so I can have more preparation and understanding before I have to take those courses. But yeah, I'm overwhelmed. I am a little scared. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, I don't feel like this is a closed door. I feel like God wants me to do it. So even if I get this full-time job on Thursday and have to start soon, I still plan to finish and do this degree that I'm going for. So, and I also plan to go through it and go all the way and get my master's. So this job would be fantastic with helping me do that. So hopefully that's my logical plan, but sometimes God's plans are different. So we shall see. So we'll see. Anything else I need update? I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else to say other than I'm just really trying to be patient and not be fearful. It's hard. So I probably am a little cranky too. Admittedly, I am cranky because I don't like living around bad neighbors that smoke cigarettes and marijuana constantly and breathing that. I don't like my situation. I want a job, I want stability, I want to get out of here, I want a better life. And so I'm frustrated, and I'm trying not to have that anger on God, because that's not going to get my prayers answered. But I know He understands and He gets it, and you know, but you know, Proverbs and Psalms are good books to read if you're really trying to hang in there and you're going through bad times, because it's the, you know, David going through his hard times and then praising God, and then just advice that are in the Proverbs, all the good advice, you know, especially about not complaining when you talk to God. So I'm trying to do those things. I'm trying to be more grateful and trying to come to Him with a grateful heart and trust. It's tough though. It's really tough. But that's where I'm at. I see people that bluntly ask for money online and bluntly expect it, and I'm amazed. I know they come from a background where they're spoiled and entitled, but it still amazes me when I see people do that. They just bluntly post, you know, for this much money, blah 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 blah, and you're just like, how can you just do that? You know, I feel like you should work for the money, and maybe for them they feel like they kind of are by being you know, a social media influencer and using a website to do stuff. But to me, it's still, I can't. Like recently I've unfollowed like celebrities and non-celebrities alike, because on Instagram they're like saying you have to subscribe to their page. I'm like, I am not subscribing to watch someone's posts on freaking Instagram when I could pay for that to watch TV and movies and be entertained that way. And for this person that's just a random person that expects you to pay a subscription fee for their account, no thanks, hard pass. So I unfollowed those people, and I'm not doing that. I can't understand that. And then the other person saying, send this much money and blah, 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 and making it sound, like it's a great service, which might be, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know. I feel like you should work for your money. I don't feel like you should just expect people to just give you money. It's just wrong. I just don't understand that. It's just, spoiled and entitled to me, and I get that they think that social media is hard work, but I create content sometimes too. I mean, my content's kind of lame, but admittedly, it's not like it's great content, but I don't expect money from it. I just do it for fun, I don't know. I guess that's enough. I've already talked over 20 minutes. So if you've watched all this, thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great and blessed day. And just know that if you do see someone that's prospering and seems to have favor from God and you don't understand it, trust that God loves you too. We're all his children. He has a huge warehouse full of blessings to give everybody. He gives it in different ways, which is frustrating. I will admit that it's frustrating. I would love to have my situation way different than what it is, but God does give blessings. Just trust him. Don't be jealous that he's giving favor or blessings to other people. Trust that he also will give blessings and favor to you. My hard one, which I think is because I'm from the tribe of Levi, is just having that spiritual, deep relationship with him and not seeing a lot of money. So I think that's why things are the way they are for me. It just dawned on me, it must be because I'm from the tribe of Levi, and Levites have a deeper, relationship with God, and he supplies just enough for them. They're not like prospering out the wazoo and they're doing okay. It does say in the Bible, though, I will prosper my people. He does have a plan to prosper. So I'm hoping that with the degree I'm going for, as well as this job on Thursday. So, but yeah, keep your prayers up and pray for your enemies and pray for everybody around you, because God hasn't forgotten you. He will bless you as well, whether it be with money, relationships, whatever. Give it to him and keep asking. So don't assume because it hasn't been answered that God has said no. Keep asking. It says it. Jesus said it in Matthew 7, ask and keep asking. So ask and keep asking, and make sure when you ask, don't complain. Come to him with a humble and grateful heart. And also, if you need a breakthrough, go on a fast. So if you can't fast all food because maybe you're diabetic or whatever, what you can do is go on a Daniel fast and just don't eat meat and don't eat sweets. So eat as many vegetables as you want, and anything else, just don't eat bread, don't eat meat, don't eat sweets. And that's still considered an honorable fast to God. So that's just my suggestions. Hope you have a great and lovely day. Thanks for your time and thanks for watching.